everybody. Welcome to the latest episode of Facts Not Included. I'm your host, as always, Peter Cabranes here. It's another Tangent Friday. I just want to talk about some things that has happened in the world of movies, in the world of books and stuff like that, and some news that's going to be happening for Facts Not Included going forward in the next couple of weeks or months, and then we're gonna talk about that. So, I don't know if you know this, but at the recording of this episode, the dropping of this episode, Shazam is in theaters, and people are really excited about this movie. They're really excited to see what Shazam has to offer us. They're really excited to see what they could expect from a movie like Shazam. Me, on a personal note, I expect zero things from this movie. Listen, going into it, that's how I feel. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know too much about the character. I don't know too much about the movie. Oh, other than people are raving about it. People are saying it's really good, but guess what? I heard the same thing for Aquaman, I was hearing the same thing for Aquaman when Aquaman came out. And that, to me, was not a good movie. It's not a movie I even remember major scenes from. I'm going to be honest with you. So, the fact that people are saying they're excited that Shazam's amazing, Shazam's really good, the kid's great, this and this is amazing, it means absolutely nothing to me right now, because I heard the same things for Aquaman, I heard the same things for that movie. So I don't know how to really feel going into seeing Shazam, other than that I'm seeing it tonight with the guys, and we're going to check it out, and we're going to do a review for you guys. Without a doubt, we're doing a review for you that will be out for Monday. We're checking it out at the Alamo Drafthouse. For those that have ever been to an Alamo theater, you know right away that it is probably the best when it comes to dining in a movie theater. AMC does it pretty good, but man, Alamo really kicks it out of the ballpark with this I guess style of premium theater going. The food's great. The drinks are great. The desserts are amazing. Everything in there is fresh. It feels like it's fresh. It might not be. Let's be honest. None of it might not be fresh. But they make you feel like it is. So sorry there. Something going on with my mic right there. Apologies. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to adjust the sound here. But anyway, the Alamo Drafthouse, unbelievable. They're not sponsored. I hope one day they sponsor us. But yes, being something that usually is sponsored by Alamo Drafthouse, actually, is something that's actually going on this week at our old college. The St. Francis Women's Film Festival is going on this week. Shout out to those people that are attending. Shout out to those that are in it, and to all the winners, whoever you may be. Congratulations on your achievements. But anyway, so yes, we're going to be seeing Shazam. What to expect from it? Not too sure what to expect from Shazam, but I do know that this has been a crazy week for movies. So this episode is going to be all about movies, as you know, probably. Might be some book news. I do have some book news. BookCon is actually something. I'm going to get into that right now, actually. BookCon happens at the Javits Center. June 1st and 2nd is something that we are likely going to be attending. Here at Facts Not Included. Not sure how many of us are going to be going, but we are likely going to be attending. It is a 80% chance we will be there. We will confirm on Twitter whether or not we are going to be there. But BookCon is something I've been dying to go to for the last few years, and I'm finally going to be able to go this year. It's not bad price-wise, so that's partially why we're going. Also, we want to go because, we're avid readers, or at least we lie to ourselves and say we are. And we're going to be there. Or at least, again, like you said, we're planning on it. But anyway, what we want to do there is, network with some individuals and see if they can come onto the show and talk to us and be like, hey, we want to be interviewed by you, or vice versa. We want to interview you because you have a great book. So we want to do stuff like that at BookCon, talk to some people, network, and all that stuff. But at the same time, if you guys want to meet up with us and see us there, well, if you know what we look like, then you'll say hi and whatnot. But we're not going to have any booth. We're not going to have any distinguishable clothing on that says facts not included, because we don't have that yet. But we will be there, and if you see us, you see us. That'd be awesome, right? But again, 80% chance that we will be there. Anyway, so my mic. This week in movies has been huge because if you didn't know this, in Vegas there was Cinemacon. Cinemacon is presented by NATO, not the NATO that we are thinking about when it comes to United States strategic military allegiances and stuff like that. This is not that NATO. It's the National Association of Theater Owners. Oddly enough, has the same acronym as a giant military coalition. But anyway, NATO puts this together, and in order to be a part of Cinemacon, you have to be either a theater owner or a member of the media, in a sense, that's big enough to get the invitation to join. And we are not there yet, and hopefully down the line we get there, and that would be amazing. Be that as it may, a lot of news came out of Cinemacon this week. A lot of exclusive stuff was seen, obviously, by the members and individuals that attended Cinemacon. I'm going to go through some of the stuff that I can remember off the top of my head that was presented, and it's going to be primarily Disney-based. They were talking along the lines of, so now that Disney owns Fox, of course, there's a lot of, I guess, there's a lot of questions, if you know what I mean, in regards to, for a lot of people, primarily the comic book world when it comes to Disney and Fox. So it seems that they more or less confirmed in less words than anything, from what I've heard from a lot of people, that Deadpool is going to continue, and that is something they said when the merger was going through, but it's been pretty much confirmed that it's going to continue, but it seems like it's going to continue under the 20th Century Fox brand. But what does that mean? Well, it likely means that the MCU won't be getting Deadpool, and that makes sense because Deadpool's an R-rated character, and they want to keep it that way. And by being the best way to be able to do that is keep it under the Fox brand and not get it confused with Disney and Marvel and people getting, parents getting angry, because that's what Disney's all about. They want to not anger parents, So there's that. They've also more or less confirmed that. 100% confirmed that the Dark Phoenix film that is coming out in June is the last X-Men film under the umbrella of 20th Century Fox. What does that mean? It means a couple of things. One, it means that any X-Men film going forward is likely going to be under the MCU. But it also means that we do not know when that will happen. They might take a break from the X-Men for the next 2 years. You might be They might not even develop another X-Men movie for a few years. They might not release an X-Men movie for a decade. We don't know the details yet, but we do know that the Dark Phoenix film is the last last Fox-helmed X-Men film. Now, apparently there was also some talk about the New Mutants movie that was supposed to come out already, but it's still not coming out, and it likely won't come out till next year. I am of the group of people that believe it's going to be direct to streaming. So there's not even any talk of it being the last, Fox X-Men film, because it's technically going to just go to streaming. Will that have a tie-in to the stuff with the MCU? Who knows? I highly doubt it because it's already been made. So yeah, that movie's probably going to be a direct-to-streaming film whenever it comes out, and it's likely going to be 2020 because there's no talks. The people that were there said that they mentioned it, but they didn't show it in the slate for 2019 Fox films. So that goes to show you that it's like, oh, there's no way they forgot to put it on there. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, there's that. They showed footage for Lion King, and people went bonkers. They showed roughly 14 minutes or 8 minutes. I don't know what it was. They showed a lot of minutes of The Lion King, and people are just going crazy over it. They're saying it's basically, as if you're watching real lions and stuff like that. The feel and awe and Disney magic is just pure. It's just pure, and it's running through this film. It's obviously reminiscent of the Jungle Book, sorry, because Jon Favreau created the new live action Jungle Book, whatever you want to call it. I don't like calling it live action, to be honest, because it's not. It's not live action. It's computer animated, generated images, that are like super hyper realistic. But what would you call that? So everybody calls it live action. Anyway, Jon Favreau was in charge of the Jungle Book that came out a few years ago that used the same technology that they're using in The Lion King. So apparently it's obviously it's obviously amazing, because I still think the Jungle Book has been Disney's best live action, or whatever you want to call them, films that they've been doing in the last recent years. That it all started with Cinderella, and now has hit us with Dumbo. Jungle Book is obviously the best of those films. I think Dumbo is one of the bottom, is on the bottom tier. If I was to rank randomly, I know this is random. If I was to rank all the Disney live action films, let me get a list of them right now. Disney live action movies. If I was to get a list of all the Disney live action films, let's see. All right, here we go. Of all of them, I can't give you all of them because. Where do we start? Do we start with Alice in Wonderland, I guess? I guess it starts with Alice in Wonderland. Oh, God, if we were to rank all these. Okay, so I'm going to name them out. Alice in Wonderland, Maleficent, Cinderella, Jungle Book, Alice Through the Looking Glass, Beauty and the Beast, Christopher Robin, and Dumbo. Now, I've seen all of them except for Christopher Robin, so I cannot judge Christopher Robin. But if I'm going to rank these are how I rank them. I think. I haven't seen them in a bit, but from my recollection. I'm going to go Alice Through the Looking Glass at the way bottom. Maleficent, Alice in Wonderland, Dumbo. What else do I have left? Okay. Dumbo, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, and the Jungle Book. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do Alice Through the Looking Glass, Maleficent, Alice in Wonderland, Dumbo, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, and Jungle Book. Yeah. So that's how I would rank all of these so far. And of course, this year we have Aladdin coming out, The Lion King coming out, and apparently Maleficent 2 is coming out in October, but, whatever. Who cares about that one? I really do. To be honest, I do not care about the Maleficent story. I really don't. It was so bad. I do not care about a character that was evil, and I don't want to feel for that. Here's the thing. I know that's calling bullshit there because, they're coming out with a Joker movie and the Joker trailer. We can talk about that in a second, but I don't care about a character that was pure evil. She's pure evil, and you want me to feel for her? No, I'm sorry. But the same thing can be said about the Joker trailer. The same thing can be said about Joker. But we'll get to that in a moment. They also were talking. They also showed apparently Toy Story footage. The Toy Story footage is a story. Apparently now it's through the eyes of that little kid that they gave the toys to, and we more or less got that from the trailers. But they're apparently showing a flashback with Bo Peep and how she got lost, or when she got lost. So that's something that's interesting. It's a bit, from what I'm reading from individuals, it's a bit of a different type of Toy Story film. It is not your basic, not basic. It's not your standard, I guess, Toy Story film. It's a bit more grown up and a bit more serious in tone. All right. So what else? What else did they? I'm trying to think of what else they talked about. Yeah, but it seems very clear that Disney and 20th Century Fox will be a partnership in a sense. They will continue to run in tandem, but they will run in tandem, but at the same time run separately. You know, there will be moments. So it seems okay. So it seems like 20th Century Fox and Fox Searchlight, which has curated and bought and produced some fantastic films over the last 10 years. Fox Searchlight will continue to run on their own because they're the prestige behind the name, the respectability there. You know, you have a big when you present a film to Fox Searchlight, that's so different than presenting a film to Disney Studios. You know, so there's that I guess feel behind it. You know, anyway, so it seems like they're going to be separated, but still obviously work together. So maybe there's not going to be as many layoffs as we had thought when it came to redundancy at both studios. But maybe you know, obviously there still will be people that are going to lose their jobs, and that's terribly sad. I don't know what else. I wasn't there, so I don't know what else they spoke about. I heard they didn't talk about Star Wars stuff because that makes sense. Star Wars Celebration's next week, and we're likely going to do an episode. I think it's next week. We're likely going to do an episode on that, obviously. I mean, Star Wars. It's the love of my life. But I can't really recall anything that Disney really mentioned in regards to their movies. What else? Oh, they showed Aladdin stuff. They said that the genie actually looks so much more better. That's not even English. The genie looks better than he does in the trailers. So they've been editing and keying and coloring a lot more than we had thought, because man, those trailers showing Genie they were getting better, but still not where they should be. But apparently the footage that they showed at Cinemacon applauded. What else to talk about? Universal made news, I guess, but I don't remember what it is. Warner Brothers said some shit. I don't know. I wasn't there, so like you can't get mad at me. I wasn't there. Let's see. Okay, so I said I was going to talk about the Joker trailer. Now, if you haven't seen the Joker trailer, I'm going to see if I can put it on now. And if I can... Oh, here it goes. I have it right here. I'm going to start in a second. Full disclosure, if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it now. I'm going to count down to 3, 2, 1, click, as I have been doing in other episodes, and then we're going to watch it together, okay? It's really cool. I think it's a really dark trailer. It's pretty freaking sadistic, and I kind of like the tone that they're going for. And keep in mind, well, we'll talk about it after. But anyway, I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, sorry. 3, 2, 1, click.
Arthur, does it help to have someone to talk to?
My mother always tells me to smile and put on a happy face. She told me I had a purpose to bring laughter and joy to the world. Hey, stop that! Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by.
What?
If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile, and maybe tomorrow you'll find that life is still worthwhile.
What's so funny? Freak!
Gotham has lost its way. What kind of coward would do something that cold-blooded? with someone who hides behind a mask.
I used to think that my life was a tragedy. But now I realize it's a comedy.
If you just smile.
Wowzers. That was crazy, I must say. That was a little nuts. So a couple of things I want to talk about here on regards to that trailer. One is great choice of song. Charlie Chaplin's Smile is one of the greatest songs ever written by any individual, but let alone whoever sings it just does it wonders. And I think one of the most beautiful renditions is Michael Jackson's version. If you've never heard Michael Jackson's rendition of Smile, I applaud those that have seen it. I've heard it, but I recommend those that haven't heard it to go check it out on YouTube or wherever you get your music. But anyway, great choice in song. It is it's a very poignant song, and it seems like it works here for this story. It might be the theme song for this movie. Like, I wouldn't be surprised that they use it more in the film, or you hear little bits of it throughout the movie. The whole idea in the beginning of this trailer, in regards to his mom, talking about that his mom's the one that has told him to always put on a happy face, and that has geared his thought process throughout his life on how to view the world, and that he is now seeing the world as a very dark place, and he doesn't want that to happen. He wants it to be a very welcoming and happy place. But in a weird fucking way, he's part of the problem, or at least he will become part of the problem. But in all villains' eyes, they think they're doing the right thing. But he's going to be part of the sadness. It's obvious because it's Joker. We all know what happens in many different stories. He's going to be part of the sadness in a lot of people's lives. But for him, he'll be bringing joy to himself and to those around him. It's very interesting. I do like that. The fact that they're using the as Arkham. That if you live here in New York, you know where this building is at. It is near Sunset Park area, right next to NYU Lutheran Hospital. It's not too far from there. What a big giant building! I think it's an army prison or some sort of. I'm gonna look it up right now. I forget what it's called. If that's the building. Brooklyn Army Terminal. Yeah, that's the Brooklyn Army Terminal. I don't know what they used to do here. I guess it's World War II stuff. Because, back in the day, in World War II, New York was a big producer of naval and army stuff for the war. So, I don't know what the Army Terminal is or does. I'm stupid right now. I feel pretty dumb not knowing that. But anyway, the fact that is Arkham, that's really cool. It's really, I like the fact that they didn't have to create some CGI building. They didn't have to make some fake structure or whatever, or go somewhere else. They stood local, as if, it's been really interesting seeing them shoot this movie here in New York. I have not walked past a shooting or production of this, the production of the film, but I have seen, if you go on YouTube and just type in Joker shooting, Joker movie filming or whatever, you're going to find a ton of footage of people shooting the movie. Now, there's to talk about those scenes, the people are shooting on the street. You don't know who's an extra, and you don't know who's just a regular person walking by, because knowing this film, they probably didn't use a lot of extras. They probably just had a lot of people They probably didn't close a lot of streets, is what I'm saying. They probably just were like, let regular people walk by. We want those pure reactions because there's also that story going around. I don't know how true this is, but there's that story going around that the people that were stuck on that train were stuck on that train for hours and hours on end, and they were told that they were never told anything. They were just stuck in the train, and when the scene occurred for them to call action, everybody ran out, and that's the scene that we get in the movie. But all those people were running out because they were I don't know how accurate this is. They were apparently people were pissing themselves, people were getting really violent, and so. But I could see them doing that in a film like this because they want that pure reaction. It's the Joker. You want sadistic feeling going through people's veins or minds when seeing him. You know, you wanna act a certain way when a gentleman like that walks in the room, and what better way than lying to your extras? The whole idea with his mom. I've heard someone online talk about this, and I think this is genius. I don't know who wrote this, so apologies to whoever it is that wrote this, but the person that said that if Martha turns out to be his mother's name, they're going to stand up in the theater and applaud because it'll all make sense somehow, I guess. Because, you know, Superman's mom is Martha, Batman's mom is Martha, and Joker's mom will be Martha. That would be, to me, fucking dumb. I'm sorry, that's just stupid. But I could see the person's joke. I'm sure they're joking too. I don't think they're serious either. But anyway, yeah, this Joker trailer is probably one of the best trailers I've seen for a film in a long time. It's so well crafted. If the movie's anything like this, ooh, so cool. Now, what I'm getting from the trailer, and I don't know if everybody's seen this, but what I'm getting from the trailer, it's just going to be a very... I don't know if it's going to be a heartwarming story, because I'm sure he's going to be killing a lot of people in his own right. But I think it's going to be a warm story in regards to the Joker. I don't think we're going to be seeing the Joker of the Dark Knight. I don't think we're going to be seeing the Joker of some of the comics in the sense of he's this sadistic, evil man. You know. I think this film is going to try to make us feel for someone who did a lot of harm to themselves. This is a very different telling of Joker, it seems. You know, this is not the Red Hood origin story. This is not the bath of chemicals origin story. It doesn't seem like any of that. It literally just seems like your average guy who tried to make it as a comedian or try to make it as a clown, or basically your common individual that is trying to make it. They just hit rock bottom over and over and over again, and they finally realize, oh, this is the thing I should be doing. Boom. You know, I like that. I like the fact that it's not, well, he was chemically treated in a bath of nuclear waste or whatever, and this is why he became who he became. Or, you know, whatever. It's just a simple telling. His mom always told him, put a smile on your face, and the world will be good, you know, whatever. And then it skewed his view on the world in a sense, and we go from there, type of thing. It's truly a pretty cool way to tell this story. I like it, and I like that Robert De Niro's in it. He looks like he's playing like a Johnny Carson type of character, like a late night host, you know, like a Stephen Colbert. I say Johnny Carson because of the time period. It's very Johnny Carson-esque, I guess. But yeah, so there's that. That's the Joker trailer. Anyway, so one last thing I want to talk about before I go here, or a few things I want to talk about, I guess. As you know, the website's going up April 22nd. Really cool news. We have A.D. Greer, the gentleman that we interviewed years ago. You can listen to that episode on our podcast sites, wherever you listen to us. You can get that episode there. We interviewed him a few years back in regards to the book that he wrote. He will be joining us He will be joining us for FactsNotIncluded.com. He will be writing some stories for us on there, and I'm beyond excited to see what he has in store for us. How often will articles be on FactsNotIncluded.com? Expect a few, or at least, expect some every week. Don't expect one every day. Don't expect one every other day, but do expect a few of them in the week. So yeah. But anyway, a sad thing I kind of want to talk about. It's kind of fucking pathetic because I think these movie sites should be aware of this. The fact that the Avengers Endgame movie tickets release, whatever you want to call it, the fact that AMC, Fandango, Adam, and Regal. I don't know if Regal or Cinemark went down. I don't know. But anyway, the fact that most, if not all, of the movie ticket sites crashed, and for long periods of time, the other day, when we were all trying to get tickets for the movie event of the year, is kind of sad. You guys had a long time to get this ready. You had the events of Force Awakens. You had the events of The Last Jedi. You had the events of Infinity War. Remind you and tell you that, people mean business when they go see these specific films. Notice they don't crash for a DC film. They don't crash for a independent movie. They don't crash for any other type of movie. They don't even crash for most Marvel movies, if any, other than the big and giant ones like Avengers Infinity War. And there's only been Avengers Infinity War. So you guys kind of knew that, okay, this is going to happen to us for Endgame. And you guys did nothing about it. I had the ability to go see this film opening weekend in pure IMAX, the giant IMAX screens that are in Lincoln Square. It's the one. It's huge. It's 3 stories tall. It's the one that I love to death. And it's the one that is an actual IMAX screen. It's not the BS IMAX screens that you get in your other theaters that they call it IMAX, but it's a standard size screen. It's not actual IMAX. Anyway, I had a chance to sit and do that, but it was a mess. It was a pure debacle. And I just hope, this is just me pleading to the movie theater companies, please, whatever you do, for the next big film that comes out, which is likely going to be Star Wars, please make sure this doesn't happen. Please make sure you're ready. You have enough servers or whatever it is that you need to accomplish excellent customer service in regards to making sure I get the ticket that I clicked on for. See, I understand if the ticket's sold out early. That's different. But the fact that I couldn't get in, the fact that AMC was broken from 10 a.m. to like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the East Coast, at least for me, I don't know, it seems like it's clear that it was working for other people because they got their tickets. It was clear that it was working for some individuals because they got their tickets. And that part doesn't understand. I don't get that. But from 10 to like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, I could not log on to AMC Theaters. It says that the site was offline. Okay. There were moments that I couldn't even get and then when it was time to get my tickets, or I thought I was getting my tickets, it signed me out of my AMC stubs. What? Okay, so I signed back in. Oh, sorry, you can't sign in, network error. Constantly seeing that. So when it came to time for a lot of people to buy their tickets, they couldn't even use their A-list accounts to buy these tickets. They had to buy them outright. It's a little messed up, man. It's a little messed up. But I just hope you guys fix it because I love you guys at AMC. I really love you guys. You guys are the best. Or at least you're becoming the best for me. You're becoming my favorites. And it's not even AMC. It's Fandango fucked up. Regal messed up. Adam messed up. Like, everybody messed up. I'm just pointing out AMC because that's where I was going. But anyway, you guys, all of you guys, I love you guys so much. This has been a really fun episode here at Facts Not Included, the podcast. Like I said, find us on social media. Make sure that you're listening to us on there and seeing what we have to talk about. And again, the website drops in a few weeks, April 22nd. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Next episode is going to be Shazam. We're going to be doing a review on Shazam, and I hope you guys enjoyed that episode as well. I'll see you guys. Peace out. Bye-bye.